Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the next 3 months. This is going to be from now, whenever you watch it, till the end of March 2023. But we're going to see what is going on for you. We're going to look at like 5 main themes that you could be dealing with. Each row is going to represent one thing. And you start off here with this Knight card. It says triumph over adversity. So clearly, you could be kind of either rising above or overcoming some sort of obstacle that you've been experiencing for a long time. Kind of looks like some sort of disappointment to me, like something didn't work out. Could be a relationship, a business, whatever. And I feel like you're kind of having maybe a little bit, I wouldn't really call it a turnaround. I feel like, yeah, you're discovering something new that actually works in your life. So for a lot of you, this is like a new discovery or a new opportunity. And look, you literally have this endings and beginnings card as well. So I feel there's like a new beginning, which everybody has had something about a new beginning coming in at this time. And you end with the Ten of Pentacles. I just switched decks. You cannot make this stuff up. It's like all 3 fire signs have had the Ten of Pentacles in their reading, which is pretty crazy. And I'm pretty sure Leo had it in exactly the same position. So you have this Knight card. It says triumph over adversity. I do feel like you're overcoming something that maybe was very toxic as well. If this was a relationship, you go down here from the 5 of Cups, you go down to the Devil. You also have the 7 of Swords right next to it. So, you know, it could have been like a lying, cheating, stealing situation that you were dealing with. It could have just been a jerk that you were dealing with in general. So, you know, whatever it is, I feel like you're overcoming it. I feel like, you know, maybe you're still feeling sad about it with the 5 of Cups, and that's perfectly acceptable, of course, to still be sad. But I do feel it's time to start being grateful for what you do have. Again, when he turns around and sees these 2 cups, he gets his bridge in this castle as well. He thinks that he can't cross that water and get to what he wants, but he can. He just has to turn around. So sometimes when we just let something go, we run into exactly what we wanted in the first place. And that's what I feel like this reading is saying. It's like once you let go, that's when you're going to have exactly what you wanted in the first place. Plain and simple. You have this 9 of Cups. It came out with this Queen of Wands, which I kind of feel like is you in this reading. And it doesn't matter what gender you are. I feel like you're just presenting yourself as the Queen of Wands. She's bold. She needs to be bold, assertive, and confident. She really needs to go for what she wants in life to get it. So I would encourage you to embrace that. 9 of Cups is like an acting as if energy. On the 9 of Cups, it can represent a wish or fulfillment coming in for you, of course. But, you know, the whole story of the 9 of Cups is that the guy on the card is meant to look chubby because it represents the fact that he's had a feast and he's about to have a feast again. So it represents the fact that he has experienced an energy before that he is about to have again. So it's like if you want love, you have to experience love before you can have love. You have to experience abundance before you can have abundance. So people always say, I've never had love. What do? I'm always like, well, go love a dog. Go love a cat. It doesn't have to be the exact thing that you want. It just has to be an energy that is similar or that makes you feel a certain way, right? So I feel that some of you, this is about acting as if you already have something. And you have the Judgment card here as well. Major wake-up call. I feel really good about this Judgment card in your reading, especially because of this. We go Judgment, Hermit to the Ace of Wands. This is like you've been through some darkness or you've been through a dark night of the soul, I feel, recently. And now you're entering into this new, exciting time of new, exciting opportunities. Again, the Ace of Wands is like the spark of life. Sometimes it's just that, like, one thing we need to be motivated or to feel, you know, just better. So I feel that some of you, this is like a passion, a new beginning. With the 5 of Cups, you have the Sun. So amazing. Definitely happiness, joy, good things coming in for you. I do kind of feel like maybe something was exposed as well. Or, you know, sometimes I think after a certain amount of time, we just get over something, right? And I kind of feel that for you, where maybe this reading is saying that the time has passed and you're just choosing to be happy now. With the 9 of Wands and the Queen of Wands, or sorry, the 9 of Cups and the Queen of Wands, you have the Page of Pentacles. This could be like a new person. Queen of Wands says you're very attractive at this time, so I would definitely get out there if you're looking for love. In public is what I'm talking about. So obviously if you want love, you have to leave the home. People aren't just going to magically know that you're looking for love. You have to let them know, right? So get out there, right? And I feel this could be a new person coming in for you. I do feel something about your finances here as well, but it looks to me like your finances are growing or you're creating more stability in your finances. With the Judgment card, yes, here you go. You have the Ace of Pentacles. 2 aces in this row going this way, or this diagonal, I should say. And I love 2 aces. To me, it's a yes to any question that I haven't answered. But not only that, The Ace of Pentacles is like a big opportunity that you're waking up to. So I kind of feel there could be like a big opportunity that you're waking up to. We're going to have to see what this opportunity is here in a minute. You have the Parrot Spirit for your next thing that you could be dealing with over the next 3 months. It says, watch your words. Every single person that I have read for, you're the last sign. And every single person has had something about being very, very, very careful of your words. So, speak the world that you want to see. Speak the right words. Don't say bad things, right? I feel it's going to be very important for you over these next several months to kind of like be careful of your words. You have the Seven of Swords, the Hermit, and the Two of Swords. Seven of Swords can be like lying, cheating, stealing. Some of you could have dealt with that in the past. But really, again, as I always say, Seven of Swords is actually a good card. He is stealing these swords from an army in the background here, and he is doing that so he can be tactical. It's like he has problems, that he has a problem that he's dealing with, a war that's supposed to happen, but instead of going to war, he's stealing a sword. So I would be looking at pretty much all areas of your life and just saying, how can I do things differently? How can I avoid conflict? But not only that, it doesn't even have to be avoiding conflict. This could be for good things as well. It's like just saying there might be a more tactical way that you can approach everything that you're doing. And it's like, are you doing things in the most efficient way possible? Efficiency is a word that came up quite a bit during these readings. And I really feel like the universe is trying to get people to be more efficient. You have the Hermit as well, so I kind of feel this is a period of time that you've been through, like some sort of dark night of the soul, some sort of obstacle, challenge, whatever, and it's like you're finally climbing to the top of a mountain. So I feel like you are finally through the worst of it, and now you're shining your inner light. The problem is his feet are frozen at the top of this mountain, and if he put that lantern down by his feet, he could set himself free. So I feel like this is kind of like saying, it's like you've been through the worst of it. Now it's time to take action. Ace of Wands, right above it, basically. And you have the Two of Swords. I kind of feel like saying things will not always be this way. Like maybe you just don't realize that. I think when we go through a challenge for a long period of time, we just think it's never going to change. And I feel like this is saying, no, you need to turn around and see that there's a new opportunity right here. That new island that is behind her. So I kind of feel there are new opportunities, and they're not all the same either. Right next to it, you have the Devil card, and the Devil could be like maybe in relationships, you're saying like, oh, all people are toxic or all people are cheaters and things like that. I always tell people to be very careful of blanket statements. Again, watch your words, because number one, it's not true. There are plenty of positive relationships. They exist. If something exists for one person, then it can exist for you. And again, I always say to people as well who say all people are cheaters, it's like, no, it has nothing to do with people being cheaters. It has to do with what you have learned. It's like, clearly, if you keep experiencing the same thing over and over and over again, it says that you haven't learned what you were supposed to learn. And again, I'm not calling you out here. I'm just saying, it's like we have to be able to look at the situation and say, what is it? Like, what is in common between these things? And when you do that, then you can avoid the issue. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is like a separation. We already know this. It's like you've been going through some sort of separation or battle. It is funny that I said conflict, like avoiding conflict on that Seven of Swords. So I would definitely avoid conflict and say anything that you're dealing with, how can you do it in the most efficient way possible, but also avoid conflict? With the Hermit, you have the Strength card. Yeah, you've been very strong. I like this right here. You go Sun to the Strength card, because the Strength card is sometimes like a card of showing off. Like she normally has her hands in that lion's mouth on a traditional Strength card, and it kind of says that she is being seen as being strong by the people around her, but it's like showing off in a good way. And with the Two of Swords, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Some of you could be very focused on work, and I like the Eight of Pentacles. It's a card of material success on the horizon, so I do feel that there could be a lot more money or abundance coming in for you in the future with this energy. Love it. Next, you have, for your third thing, you have this card that says, challenge yourself to be stronger than your challenges. You also have this Teacher. It says, teach what you know, even if you aren't an expert. It says, you have the ability to help others uncover their true potential. So, again, they say, like, the best way to learn something new is to teach it. So if you're learning something new, maybe you need to talk about it on a YouTube channel or something like that. And I would definitely encourage you to challenge yourself at this time. Strength, Hermit card together. This definitely says when you challenge yourself, then you grow. So I feel like you could be growing significantly here. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Ace of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and the Devil. Some of you, if you're looking for new love, could have an Earth sign coming in for you. I feel like it'll be very passionate, very, just a very good connection. So if you're looking for love, could just be a very solid connection that's coming in for you here. I also feel there's like a lot of growth and abundance coming in for you here with the Ace of Wands as well. So I really like this, but Here's the thing. Ace of Wands is out with the old, in with the new. You know, there's a castle right here that is crumbling above my finger, and the Ace of Wands kind of says, you need to move towards your desires. You desire to do something, so you have to do it. The problem probably for you is other people, or you could be fearing that you're going to be left out in the cold. You could also be fearing what you have to learn, right? Or the challenges that you'll have to go through to start something new, whether it's a new business, new relationship, or whatever. But I would just encourage you to do it. I feel like it's going to lead to probably like lifelong success with the King of Pentacles. So that's really what I'm getting on the King of Pentacles. Could be a person, but again, I don't really feel this is a love reading. I do feel, of course, there's always love available to us, but I feel this is more kind of like saying you're very focused on King of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles in your next row, which is, again, permanent, kind of like permanent success. You have the Devil here. I do feel some of you could be avoiding or looking to avoid toxic situations in your life. I also feel some of you are actually, I feel pretty good about this Devil. I feel like you're kind of cutting things out that are toxic. It could be anything. It could be habits, behaviors, pretty much anything in your life. And I feel this is leading to like a lot more success or abundance. So I would say good for you. I would keep doing that. I would also say you could be kind of like cutting out people as well. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Ace of Cups. Look at all these aces as well. Major new beginning. Again, multiple aces is a total new beginning, new opportunities coming in for you. New. Every single person that I've been reading for has had all this like new stuff coming up in these readings. Number one, we're at the beginning of the year. Number two, we have Pluto moving into Aquarius this quarter, middle of March as well, which is going to be really good for starting new things just in general. We also have Saturn moving into Pisces. So Saturn is in Pisces, like the kick in the ass we all need. It's like taking a dream, something you've been dreaming about, bringing it into the real world. It's like Pisces, very dreamy. Saturn is like, okay, get your ass moving, get to work so that you can create this dream on Earth, right? So and plus we have Neptune in Pisces, which is like, you know, kind of these crazy dreams. We just had Jupiter in Pisces, which probably expanded those dreams. So a lot of you are probably ready to get moving on something new. And so, you know, people keep saying, they're like, you repeat yourself from sign to sign. I'm like, yeah, we have a major planet moving from, you know, generational planet, Pluto, moving from one sign to another. Yes, they are all going to be very similar because we're all dealing with like the same energy. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Six of Swords. Moving on to Calmer Shores, I feel like there are a lot of improvements just in general at this time. And again, a lot of people have been getting this like sacrifice energy. I wouldn't call it sacrifice, but on the Six of Swords, the mother and the child in the boat on the Six of Swords, they're crossing the choppy waters with nothing, just the clothing on their back. So they're like completely starting over. And a lot of people seem to be getting this like complete starting over type of energy. So, you know, this could be in love or any area of your life. With the Devil, you have the King of Pentacles. Again, could be an earth sign coming in for those of you that want love. But really, I feel like for you to create this permanent success or, you know, 10 of Pentacles in your life, the 10 of Pentacles is kind of like everything you want in life. The 10 of Pentacles forms the tree of life on the card. So again, it represents like building, leaving a legacy, but also kind of having it all, you know, having it all. Do we ever have it all? Probably not. But, you know, I think it's a worthy goal. I think it's always a good idea to work towards having it all, because even if you only get like 90% there, that's better than what most people get. So, you know, I think it's always a good idea to at least kind of work towards it. But I really feel you're kind of like focusing on this, you know, focusing on permanent changes in your life. At the end here, you have this wheel card. It says endings and beginnings. You also have this stability and growth card, this tree card, tree of life, tree right here. So you're clearly focused on something new and creating stability and abundance and growth in your life. You have the Six of Pentacles, which is growth. We'll talk about that in a minute. Five of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is my card of planting seeds. You know, it's a card of equal give and take, but really this guy here, he really makes sure to give to situations that give back to him. He's really, really kind of careful to make sure that he gives to the things that fulfill him and bring energy back into his life and everything like that. So he kind of creates that kind of balance, and that's what I feel like you're doing here, is like you're making sure that you're investing in the right things, but also paying attention to what grows. Like I always tell people, it's like, you know, I always say like we should be really focusing on what works right now, and people always say to me like, why? Well, of course you focus on what works. I'm like, it's not that obvious. Trust me, as someone like who didn't do it for like a long time, focusing on what works, it's not that obvious. And again, I see it all the time, where people like bang their head against the wall in like business and in their career or in their love life, where they try to force something that isn't working to work, plain and simple. Six of Pentacles says, stop. Make sure you're giving to the things that give back to you, right? It's like, why do you, this is what happens in relationships, especially, right? We give to people who don't give back to us. us. And we're like, we just think if we love them more, they'll love us back. And it doesn't work like that. And so I really feel the Six of Pentacles is saying all situations, not just love. Make sure you're giving to things that give back to you. You have the Five of Pentacles here as well. Five of Pentacles says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. Again, watch your words. Be very careful with the things that you're telling yourself, because I think that it could be something that really kind of creates your reality. You know, it's really reminding me of a story. There's a story from a guy, I can't remember his name for the life of me, but he tells a story about this guy who was like a failure all the way through high school. He took the SATs and he like aced it. You know, he got a 1600 or whatever the big score was back in the day. So I think it was 1600 on an SAT. He got an SAT and he got approved to go to Harvard. When he starts going to Harvard, he got like all A's through Harvard, became very successful. And it was like years later, they found out that there was actually a mistake. He did not get a 1600. He got like a 300, right? But it's amazing how when you change your beliefs, he changed his belief. He went from thinking that he was a failure to thinking that he was a genius. And because he thought that, because he had the proof from the SAT, he's like, oh, I'm a genius, right? Then it became his reality. And so it's like proof that, you know, what we think about, we kind of get. So he was really probably smart all along. He just didn't think he was. So again, do not call attention to your weaknesses. You have the Ten of Pentacles here. It'll change your life. Again, everybody's been like literally everyone had the Ten of Pentacles. It's crazy. And people always say, Chris, are the cards sticking? No, just go back and watch the other signs. I wasn't even using the Radiant Rider Waite. I was using the After Tarot for most people. So it's like I switch decks constantly. These cards don't stick. And, you know, I don't know. It's just crazy to me when these cards repeat themselves. And what I would say is that I think it's really just Uranus and Taurus. It's like a big energy that we're all dealing with. I think we're all very focused on, you know, yeah, and you have Taurus here twice, King of Pentacles twice. And, you know, I feel that we're all just kind of like focusing on stability, growth, and really Uranus and Taurus, if we, according to Chris's crappy astrology here, if we break it down, it's just freedom. It wants people to be more free, whatever that means for you. And that's probably what you're focused on. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Six of Wands. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that I love two sixes when they come up together. Two sixes is success. It's kind of like confirmation for your path as well. It kind of just says like you're moving in the right direction, you're going the right way. So I really like to see this for you here, Sag. I think it's confirmation for you on your path. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Fool, total new beginning. So I feel like there is an exciting new beginning. And again, I would watch your words, make sure you're not like speaking negatively about yourself. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Swords. This tells me that you could have your Ten of Pentacles much easier than you think. It reminds me of that story, the guy from Harvard, right? Same thing. It's like, I think you don't think you could have something that you could much easier than you realize. So it boils down to belief. And the Eight of Swords says you're only seeing one way of doing things. I feel like you need to realize that there are many ways to do whatever it is that you want to do, but you just have to open up to these new ideas. You just have to open up to these new things that you could be doing, and that will lead to the most success. We're going to pull 5 main themes for you now, so we're going to see what else wants to come up for you at this time, and that'll be that. You have this woman card. It says dealings or relationships with a woman. Could be man, woman. I don't attach gender to my cards in these general readings. You have this harp card. It says great happiness. Definitely could be new love. I don't really see this as a love reading, although I do feel that there could be love coming in for you, and it probably is an earth sign or someone who has a lot of earth in their chart with this energy. You have this lion card. It says time to act. The whole entire reading, we were just talking about action, needing to take action, needing to get moving. Again, your very first card, the Knight card, says triumph over adversity. It's like clearly you are overcoming any difficulties or challenges you've experienced, but now it's time to take it like one step further and, you know, create whatever it is you've set out to create. You have this Bull card. It says plenty of material things. We see a major increase in your finances. I keep encouraging people, like I keep telling people as well, like I wouldn't be wasting money right now on things that you don't need. You know, it's not that, like, I think things are going to necessarily be, like, awful or, like, this recession or whatever the hell it is going to be, like, terrible. But I just think there could be a lot of opportunity. I'm sure you've seen it all over YouTube. All the experts, right, talking about how there might be some good investment opportunities and things like that. Could be anything. Could be an opportunity to buy a new house or for much, much cheaper, right? Or to move, or just to move somewhere cheaper and get a really good deal, right? Like, all that stuff will be happening, but if you don't have the money, obviously, then it's not going to happen. So, like, you know, squirrel a little bit away aside, you know, to the side, as I've been saying. You have this 4-leaf clover. It says great good fortune. Clearly, there's good fortune coming in for you. And at the end here, you have this dark woman. It says dealings with relationships with a woman with dark complexion or hair. And you have the September card. Again, it doesn't have to be a woman. It could be any gender. I feel like maybe some of you, this could be past September. Maybe you met a person and you could be like revisiting that person again. It could be a new person and maybe it's love is what I'd say. For others, I do feel like there's something going on in September. What? You have the Scales card. Keep your life in balance. It's almost like karma. If you were dealing with a person that maybe you had a breakup back in September, you could be receiving karma as well. Good karma. But this looks really good, Sag. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your quarter.